Hello everybody, this is Nick Natpacker coming to you live from Virginia Beach, Virginia with my video log for Vampire Diaries Season 4, Episode 5, The Killer. This one had a lot of stuff going on, so yeah, the blog log has made a comeback. I really wasn't looking for any shipper moments in this episode. I knew there wasn't going to be. There was too much violence and too much craziness going on with Connor Jordan, and I knew that was going to happen. I expected it, so it was fine. But this episode was very well done. There were a lot of questions answered. There were revelations made. Things that we didn't expect to happen happened. Things that we saw coming and knew was going to happen finally did. So, without further ado, I actually wrote, this is like a whole, this isn't just notes, this is an actual synopsis. So I'm going to read to you what I got here. So, Season 4, Episode 5, The Killer, aka the episode where Elaine hits the wall. Straight up. Straight out of Simon Pegg, run, fat boy run, with the big ass brick wall. Bam! Yeah. Or as she likes to think of it, the point of no return. There was bloodshed, there was betrayal, there was guilt, and there was doubt. Some questions were finally answered. Major revelations were made for Vampire Diaries, all in a day's episode. So let's recap. Connor Jordan obviously is still in land of the living. At the end of episode 4, he managed to escape custody by ripping the head off of one of Klaus's hybrid bitches. Now, Klaus isn't so pissed off with the fact that Connor's alive. He needs him alive because of the map tattoo. But he wanted Connor in custody because of the map tattoo. Let's see. Because the tattoo and the sword, supposedly, is, you guessed it, a cure for vampirism. And you know something, when I went back and thought about it, this actually, in the book's context, makes sense. I don't know how many of y'all have read the Vampire Diaries books, as I'm sure fans of the show probably have. But in the later books, after Elena becomes a vampire, she takes on Catherine. She dies as a vampire by throwing herself in the sunlight in order to protect the Salvatores. And then she comes back to life as human with angelic powers or something. Wings. Don't ask me to explain it, but whatever. Klaus comes after her because Catherine's dead. He wants to kill her. And they manage to get rid of Klaus. But the bigger problem remains that there's these demonic creatures in the town, like foxfire spirits. I'm not going to go into that because that obviously is not going to make any kind of appearance in the show. The show is a little more mainstream when it comes to supernatural vampire drama. But in the later books, Stefan realizes that he wants more than anything to find a cure for himself, to become human so he can be with Elena. And he finds out via some kind of ad on the computer that there's some people that have access to a cure, and he's going there to meet with these people. It turns out it was all a big, huge ruse, but in the end, after they save his life, one of the creatures that he's sharing the prison cell with is some kind of magical foxfire spirit, just not a bad one. And he gives Damon this bouquet of flowers. Well, actually, he gives Stefan this bouquet of flowers that supposedly, if you smell it, something contained within the scent will make you human, and it was supposed to be a gift for Stefan, right? So when they get back to their world from this other dimension, Stefan's trying to recuperate from, being beaten so badly that he's almost dead. And before he has a chance to smell the flowers, to wake up and smell the roses, Damon accidentally gets a whiff of the flowers completely by accident and becomes human. So the next book after that, which I've only read portions of actually, deals with Damon doing everything in his power to find a way to become a vampire again. So when they were talking about this cure for Elena's vampirism, it kind of brought me back to that part of the books, and I was thinking to myself, is this the direction that they're going to go? Like, have one of the brothers accidentally become human as a result of this cure? And if it's Damon, oh my god, that would be ridiculous, because everybody knows after the revelation Damon made from last season that he really does miss being human, and he would give anything to have that again. He just won't ever admit to it. But anyway, I'm babbling. That's neither here nor there. But, anyway, so let's not forget the fact that Connor Jordan has been sent to Mystic Falls by a mysterious but obviously evil occult studies professor guy, who we now know either one is a member of the Five, but we really can't be sure, or two has some sort of knowledge of them because he has a big frickin' piece of the tattoo and a mural on his wall of really creepy artifacts. So Connor Jordan, after escaping custody, goes to him and is like, dude, you set me the fuck up. Are you serious? You didn't tell me that Klaus was there. So, let's see. He obviously knows a lot more about the Five than he's telling, and it looks like Connor is tired of being kept in the dark. You could tell this. He was acting like he was really annoyed because he almost got killed, and he knows as well as anybody else that hybrids are more difficult to kill than regular vampires. An argument between Connor and the professor ensues, and you get the feeling that Connor is starting to wonder whether or not he's been set up. And it's really starting to seem like it. Like, it's obvious that this professor is using everybody for some ulterior motive. Although the professor seems genuinely surprised to hear that the originals and Klaus is there. As a matter of fact, he's almost drooling like a vampire fanboy at the fact, oh my god, you met Klaus? Really? What's he like? Oh my god. Do you really want to know? Really? Don't know what his master plan is, but it somehow involves Bonnie getting her magic back. As he lets on that she plays an integral role in whatever he's cooking up. He wants Connor to continue killing more, well, as many vampires as he possibly can, pretty much wipe out the entire vampire population of Mystic Falls, including the hybrids. And it didn't seem like it really mattered to him who he went through to get this done. I don't think that the professor cares if innocent humans die, as long as Bonnie is not in any way, shape, or form harmed. Connor's at a point where he's like, you know what, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to kill Bonnie. I'm going to kill any human that I have to. If I got to take down vampires and the humans are going with them, I don't give a damn. So the professor says, hang on. If you're going to be like that, I'll find a way to distract her myself. Whatever else you need to do, you just go and do. So tonight apparently is a night of walls for everyone, not just Elena, but also Hunter Connor Jordan, as it seems he has finally reached the breaking point of lunacy. Now, this is no longer about some need to kill vampires as a part of being a hunter or the Brotherhood of the Five. This has just become completely obsessive. I really don't think that the Brotherhood of the Five would have condoned killing humans in order to, the ends justify the means. I really don't think that the original Five would have condoned this. I don't even think that his war buddy, the one he got the tattoo from, would have condoned this either. He's gone off the deep end. He tells the professor he plans on decimating Mystic Falls vampire community, and he doesn't really care how many innocent humans he has to go through to do it. Professor Guy says that he'll distract Bonnie on his own, keep her out of the fray, and anyone else gets dead, oh well. Connor then returns to his trailer in the woods with a hybrid head in the duffel bag, if you get the movie reference. And he calmly extracts whatever werewolf venom is left from the fangs, because obviously he's using that in his bag of tricks. He gathers some supplies and he heads over to the Mystic Grill to put his insane plot into action. I think he's figured out that the vampire's major weakness, if they have any at all, is their relationships with the humans, namely Matt, Jeremy. I think most vampires in the past for him were easy to kill because they didn't maintain very close relationships or friendships with the human beings that they were around. These vampires are different. They have friendships. They have family. You know, they have a closeness with these people, and these people can be used to that end. They can be exploited. Because obviously the hunter at this point wants to send a very definitive message. Jeremy's already at the Mystic Grill for a shift. He's in the stock room putting things up on the shelves, and Connor Jordan just appears out of nowhere and grabs him at knife point, threatening serious bodily harm. Irony of all ironies. If Jeremy doesn't start spilling his guts about the vampires. While this is going on, Matt is in the main tap room of the restaurant, and he's assuming that Jeremy's late again, and he gets pissed off, so he calls him on the phone to chew his ass out. While he's doing that, April shows up, inquiring as to where Rebecca is. Apparently, Rebecca agreed to help her look into what happened to her father, and they struck up a bit of a friendship. And when Matt asks her, "Why are you coming to me about this?" she says, "Well, I thought you two had a thing." I don't know where she got that impression from, because he gives her a look of like, "Are you serious?" And why the hell are you two friends? But no, she's not here. Of course, he knows that she's currently, unbeknownst to her, original vampire Barbie is currently inhabiting a very comfy pine box with a dagger in her chest, courtesy of Big Brother Klaus. Not that he can tell her. He seems shocked that she would consider Rebecca to be a friend, but considering the fact that this poor little child has no idea what the hell is going on around her, she really can't be blamed for her piss poor character judgment. April is appropriately freaked out by a nut job with a knife who comes out of the stock room and holds them all at knife point. Matt seems torn between wanting to get everyone out of there so they can stay alive, and oh my god, how the hell am I going to tell my boss about the damage that's probably going to ensue in this place? Connor places a text via Jeremy's cell phone to, well, everybody, telling them he's got hostages in the Mystic Grill and is prepared to kill them all if the vampires don't show themselves by sundown. Everyone converges over at the boarding house to formulate a plan. Interestingly enough, it seems for the first time in like, I don't know, ever, everyone seems to be in agreement on this particular matter. Kill the hunter. Everyone, that is, except Stefan. Stefan knows. Stefan's the only one that knows just how important the hunter truly is. And of course, he also knows that if the hunter dies, Klaus will go absolute apeshit. But yeah, everyone's pretty much in agreement on this about the